It is 9 a.m. and I'm trying to make sure that we are actually streaming because this is a new way that I'm using to stream this morning. Had a look. Oh, yep, we're on. We're on. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. And as you know, every Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern, I go live and I share some information with you to help you make more money in your business through your customer experience. That's my goal, is to help my clients make a lot more money in their business through customer referrals, customer retention, and customer loyalty. So everything that I talk about is centered around things that you can do to create more customer loyalty, customer retention, and customer referrals. So today is the first time I actually have a guest on this live series, and I'm excited because I've never done this before. So this is new. So I want everybody to welcome Elona Washington. She and I met because we were members together of a entrepreneur group that taught us how to build and grow our businesses. And I just took a liking to her because of what she does. She knows how to market, and she has some very creative ideas of ways that you can build your business. And I want her to share some of that with us this morning. So, welcome, Alona.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. So, listen, all right. So, what we're going to talk about today is getting feedback from your customers, which is extremely important. I talk about it a lot, and I teach my clients that getting feedback from your customers, you really need to get that feedback so that you know if you're on the right track. And one of my things that I say is you got to give the people what they want, right?
Yep,
How do you know you're giving them what they want if you don't get feedback?
right.
How do you know that you're not making some mistakes if you don't get feedback? And I have a lot of my clients that say, I'm scared to ask my customers because I'm scared of what they're going to say. I understand that, but we need both positive and sometimes negative feedback so we can improve our businesses and do better and get more clients and give the people what they want, right? So, Alana, you and I were talking, and you shared with me that you like to get feedback from your clients. What do you do to get feedback from your clients? Well,
Um,
first of all, I'm sorry, before you answer that, please let the people know who you are and what you do. And then you can answer my question about how you get feedback from your clients.
okay, so I am Elona Washington, founder of the Office Journey, where I increase the income and impact of nonfiction authors. Let's see, I've been in marketing for about 24 years, corporate marketing, and I decided to walk away from my job in 2022 and I started small business marketing, and then it morphed into the Office Journey. So, when you said that people say that they're scared to ask for feedback, I'm scared to ask for feedback. But what I'll tell myself is it's either here or McDonald's. Because if I don't get this right, I got to get a job.
Yeah.
So, as afraid as I am of hearing something negative, I ask for feedback. And how do I ask? If I'm doing a Zoom event, Zoom has surveys that you can send out, and they'll automatically send that out to you, and then you can look at the results then. I
Mm.
did a quick survey for a boot camp that I had about 2 weeks ago, and I had so many positive reviews, I turned it into a, I forgot what they call it on LinkedIn, but I turned it into like a carousel of why people should attend the next boot camp. So there's a
Mm.
lot of ways you can use that feedback. Another thing that I like to do with my clients is I kind of gate some of their stuff, right? So if they're like eagerly expecting their book cover design, or they're eagerly expecting something, I'll just have a Google form. I'm like, hey, before we get there, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And it's not a lot of questions, it's just basic questions.
Mhm.
Um, we communicate in a LinkedIn chat group. I give feedback there. This past quarter was incredibly trying for me to get feedback because I had some issues beyond my control, which affected the release date and getting a couple of my anthologies out. But people were sharing their feedback in the comments, and I took it because ultimately I'm the business owner. So regardless of whether or not my partner stays or goes, I'm still ultimately responsible for the product.
Right.
So I was open, I accepted it, and then I also shared my input, like what I learned from the experience myself. And it helped more people realize, like, hey, she's really in it to win it. Like, she's not here to like just collect my money. She's growing from this as well. So like the next anthology projects I do, they're like, I'm on board. I'm like, well, you just did an anthology, but okay. So
And that's good that you owned it. You know, you owned it and you took the feedback, because that's the other big lesson, is that when you get feedback, you need to take that feedback and let your clients and your customers know that you value that feedback to the point that you will implement some of the changes that they requested, right? And then something else you said, you were talking about the different ways that you get the feedback. Like you might send a survey out, and it's not a lot of questions, because nowadays we all get bombarded with surveys. So not having a lot of questions on your survey is a good thing. So you might you might send a survey out. There are other ways that you can get feedback. You can do. I love focus groups. That is one of the biggest things that I love to tell my clients to do, is to get some of your loyal clients together and have them, maybe give them lunch, even if it's a virtual session. Send them a DoorDash coupon to get some lunch, and you guys sit down over lunch and you have dialogue about things that you think went well with your business, things that they think that you should improve on, and you have that conversation. And I like that because it's more personal and it's a conversation as opposed to just answering some questions. And
yeah.
people tend to really want to give you that feedback. So it's good that you're getting your feedback from your customers. And I want to know, like, why is it important to you to get feedback? What's the big deal about feedback for you?
Mhm. So to market your business, you need to know how your customers feel. Uh, Without knowing how your customers feel about your product, your service, your customer service, and you just start marketing, you're basically marketing with your eyes closed. So to get insight into people who are already using your product and your service, not to get the feedback really is just throwing your marketing dollars out the door. And I love to get feedback because I'm committed to this business. I'm committed to growing the author's journey. I'm not going back to corporate America. I might get like a little job here and there, right? But I'm committed to this business. And if I'm committed to this business, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that it's run well. If you're committed to your marriage or you're committed to your relationship, you're going to listen to the feedback from your partner and improve. So you would want to do the same thing in your business as well.
That's a good analogy to use. Yeah, you're right.
I'm a preacher's kid.
Oh, okay.
All day.
Got those analogies, those metaphors. Yeah, because any relationship, if it's a relationship between you and your customer, you and, like you said, you and your spouse, even you and a boss, you listen to that feedback and you have to implement some changes to keep that relationship healthy, right?
Mhm.
So that's really good. I like that analogy.
It's
And
just
then,
scary. It's just
again,
scary. Like I could feel the tension in my stomach when it's time to, get feedback or open those survey forms, but I have to do it.
yeah, you have to, because even if you get some quote unquote negative feedback, that's good feedback, especially if it's warranted. Of course, dealing with the public, you're always going to have some people who are just going to complain no matter what, right? But if it's really valuable, if it's a complaint and it's valuable information, then you can use that to improve and do better for your next customers, right?
Yeah.
And I always tell my clients that even if you do get some negative feedback, you need to own it. You need to apologize. You need to show your humanity, show people that you're human, and that, if you've made a mistake, own that. And let folks know, listen, I am so sorry that this happened. We are going to do everything we can to make sure this does not happen again. And I really would love to keep you as a client. You may even go above and beyond to do something for them because they had a bad experience, right?
Yep.
The goal is to keep your clients and to make them happy so that they'll stay, they'll continue to do business with you and tell their friends and family all about you, right?
And you don't have to refund their money. So, and
That's
that's
right. You don't want to refund any money.
right, and that's exactly what you told me. So I just want everyone to know that when I had my issues in Q1, Angela Bot said the exact same thing to me, and it worked.
Good. I'm glad it worked. That's the goal. So listen, when you get this feedback, there's additional information that you get from your clients. What is that?
Testimonials,
So how do you tie that in?
man, I'm slick with my testimonials. So when they're giving positive feedback in a LinkedIn chat, I screenshot it and I ask their permission to use it, of course. And then I use it on landing pages. Use it on social websites, things like that.
Mm,
Sometimes on the survey form, I'll leave like a long text box area where they can give their testimonial and then check yes that I had the permission to use it. So I can get their testimonial that way. And I think it's the last question where we go deeper into the ideal reader thing, right?
yeah, like what do you do with that feedback? So you use you get it some testimonials, but there's something else that you do. What else do you do with those?
Yes, yes. And this is where I've become a marketing nerd. So, because I love this part. So, I have defined what my ideal client looks like. Their not just their pain points, but what they feel about how they feel about me, how much money they spend with me, whether or not they refer me, their level of loyalty. So now that I've identified my ideal client, when I take on anthologists or I take on writers who are going through the author's journey and they start to fit the criteria of an ideal client, I don't do focus groups. I did focus groups in Capital One long before DoorDash was invented. So I know I know it's effective.
Yeah.
But what I do with my ideal client is I hop on a one-on-one call with them, and I have the spreadsheet that I've been keeping since about 2018 or so, and it
Wow.
has all my ideal client on there and their answers to my questions. I don't know if anyone has noticed if they've ever Googled a phrase or how they felt about something, and that exact phrase pops up, and then you click it. You're like, how did they know I was going to say that? That's because they're interviewing, they're doing focus groups, they're getting testimonials. So they're taking that exact phrase and they're putting it in their ad copy, their social media copy, their landing page, their website, and that's why you feel like a company's message speaks to you.
I'm learning how to market my business, and that's what I was told is that when you do like a discovery call, and in my case, I would ask somebody, "What is your biggest pain point with your customers right now?" And if they say something like, "I've been getting bad reviews, and I'm afraid that it's going to take away business," that is exactly what I can use in marketing. Are you getting bad reviews and afraid it's going to take away business?
Yep, yep, they do the work for you. You don't need AI.
Yeah, yeah. It's such a good idea. And for you to keep a spreadsheet for 4 or 5 years, no, wait, since 2018, 6 years,
Yeah.
6 years of a spreadsheet, that is very valuable information. And so that is the whole point of feedback is to find out what makes your customers tick. What is it they need? What is it they want? What are their pain points? How can you tailor your business to give them what they need and what they want to help them fix those pain points so they're no longer causing them pain? And that's the whole point of feedback. So I wanted to have Elona on today to share with you how she does that. I think it's brilliant the way that she goes after that feedback. She does it in a way that's not overbearing. If you want to download this free thing that I'm giving you, hey, before you download, answer a couple questions for me and then click submit and you can download this free thing. I think that's awesome. And then using that information to improve her business. So I encourage everybody that's watching, whether you're watching the replay or whether you were with us live, to please get feedback from your customers continuously throughout the life cycle of them being a customer with your business, and then utilize that feedback to improve your business. So thank you, Elona. I'm only on here about 15, maybe 20 minutes every Wednesday. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing this information. Please share with everybody again what it is you do and how they can get in contact with you if they need you.
Yes, ma'am. I am the founder of the Author's Journey, where I increase the impact and income of nonfiction authors. I spend most of my time on LinkedIn, and my handle is first and last name Elona Washington.
Awesome. Very easy to find you. Thank you so much, Elona. And you have a great day, everybody. And thanks for tuning in.
All right, thank you.
All right. Now I've got to figure out how to turn this on.